But what I will say is what I've always said is that, you know, I think talent, agencies and all this stuff, there should be a level of professionalism that we expect, regardless of what goes on. And I think you as a billion-dollar company or even a multi-million-dollar company should just be professional, be quiet, and don't go chirping. It's wild to me. And this is an example where we saw it backfire, right? Like the recent stuff, I had talked about it in the past, and people didn't agree with my opinion. That I thought that being overly transparent sometimes is a weapon that can be used to get by companies to fuck over smaller talent. And we often see it done. And this is a case where we saw it backfire. This is where like a company tried to use transparency to their advantage to get to save their own reputation. And it backfired. But I think we've also seen this happen where it has been used successfully against a talent. And I firmly believe that transparency is often used as a thin veil to save a company's ass. But I also think that you as a company, regardless of whether you're completely justified or not, I think that, you got to think about what other talent will think, what talent who might want to join will think. What's bro yapping on about? What I'm basically trying to get at, chat, is that this is an isolated, like scenario. Okay, chat. I also want to preface that I have no dog in this fight. I have no dog in this game. I am absolutely biased as fuck about talent owning their ability to do what they want. I mean, you can look at Hollywood and LA and all that kind of Californian law about how this has all been structured. You know, a lot of people have fought for a very, very long time to make sure that you as the talent aren't owned by your agency and that the agency can't do fuck you over. And it baffles my mind that we still exist in a time now where people are willing to give up ownership of their work and their right to do work. It's crazy to me. It's also very interesting seeing different countries. It's very well known that in Japan, that talent agencies are pretty insane. The cuts are crazy. For a very long time, for example, I'm not going to name names again because I don't want to get in trouble, but there's like you guys wouldn't know it anyway unless you were following the Japan sphere, but there still is this Japanese MCM kind of thing, MCM agency, that at one point was taking like 90%, and that's normal in Japan, like to take like 90% to 80%, 70% of the whatever the talent brings in. It's very not unheard of. I'm too vague. I have to be. So this is just a different cultural meeting of different cultural expectations. But I also think that Japan is slowly improving and it's slowly changing. I think that the Japanese system of how they handle this stuff is just not... It doesn't encourage talent to make the best stuff they can make. I don't know if it's similar in all of Asia, but at least in Japan. Too slow though? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially if you are a Japanese company that wants to expand and get English-speaking talent, you have to play ball with how we do it. You know, we're not about to go and like just fuck ourselves over so that we can do what we want to do. I think that our strength is as being I think a strength that we have in the Western content creator sphere is that we're often very open to talking about how we do business and how it works, and that allows us to make sure none of us are getting fucked over. Didn't Joey talk about how a Japanese company approached him to join the agency? And was yeah, it was something crazy. Like 80% would go to them and 20%. Like, it's you know, it used to be in YouTube, right? The agency game is changing a lot. You know, nowadays it's not unusual to hear the agency taking 5%, 10%. These are pretty usual. It depends on the level of how much they're getting involved. Chat. You know, I'd say if an agency comes to you and wants to take more than 20%, they'd have to be offering an insane kind of deal. It'd have to be crazy for you to take it. 20% is such a huge stake. Well, you want to work with us and get more than 10%? So, like, it's, you know, if anyone ever comes to you and is like, 50-50, it's like, no, okay. 50-50. And then we also own everything. It's like, okay, what? That's insane. But is Trash Taste an agency also? No. Trash Taste is, we own Trash Taste entirely. It's owned by me, Gant, and Jay. So if we wanted to, easily we could just leave. I mean, we are very fortunate to be with Geeks Plus, who are fucking awesome. I'm so, you know, Geeks, not to like suck the dick of Geeks, but they're fucking great. So, but that's mainly because, you know, the company was, you know, when it started with me, Gant, Joey, Alien. There was like literally like 4 or 5 of us. Sydney, obviously. Sorry, for Sydney. And it grew around the kind of environment that was going on there. Mailing's done a great job. Mailing's killed it. So it's going well. And you know, that's why even though it's a Japanese company, there's a lot of more foreign concepts with how talent management should be done.